It's a whole new world. It has arrived. It crept up on me, but my eyes are now open. I'm seeing it, and I am feeling it.
What's the most exciting thing to you right now?
Well, I think mobile is on fire right now. It's super exciting time to be in mobile.
What I do think, though, and that what we might see by the end of 2014 is that there'll be a big shake-up in tech.
So many moms and women are spending time online. Why not make money while doing it?
$100 all the way to $10,000 weekly. Just
nowadays, working from home has become very big business. An estimated almost 38 million people actually operate home-based businesses. But the question is, how do you start your own home business, and what's the secret to making it take off?
When you look at time spent on mobile sites, you're seeing that people are actually spending more time on mobile internet than they are on desktop internet.
"20 years ago, the dot-coms burst on the scene. Now the internet is disrupting whole sectors of the economy.
I don't know how you got here, because you're watching the video that can't be found on Google, Yahoo, Facebook, Bing, YouTube, or Twitter. And you won't find it on any other search engine, social network, or mobile app. In fact, it's completely hidden from the public, and you almost missed out. So consider yourself lucky, because this video may be deleted within the next 24 hours, without a moment's notice. Why? Because if you're watching it right now, and you weren't personally invited by me, that means someone leaked it 11 months too early. And even though you have no idea what you're watching right now, you're closer than ever to discovering the truth. The truth you were never meant to find out. The truth that was kept from you all along. That has kept you in the same place since the day you got the idea to make money online. The truth about how close you really are to making money online. Making more money than you could ever dream of. And because the idea I'm about to share with you was never meant to exist, it was never meant to be created, it was never supposed to work, and never supposed to allow an average person like you, yes you, with zero experience, to easily make $100, $500, and even $1,000 per day, doing practically nothing. And yet, despite everything falling apart and going horribly wrong, it still generated $284,481 within 24 days by total accident. And before I say another word to get you sucked in, there's something that you should know, something you're not going to want to hear, something no one had the balls to tell you until now. And I shouldn't be the one to say it, but you're screwed. You've been screwed since day one, and you never stood a chance to get rich. And no matter what you do, no matter how hard you try, no matter how hard you work, no matter how many hours you put in, no matter how lucky you get, no matter how many make money online courses and software packages, binary option strategies you buy, you will never, ever, ever make a single dime online. But you're here now, and that's a good thing, because I need you to get upset, get mad, get pissed off, get so pissed off that you finally get off your ass and do something about it. And I know that you've been trying to make money online for months, maybe even years now. And what's it gotten you? The internet gurus and scam artists that sell you dreams and false hopes through their get-rich-quick schemes get to drive $100,000 sports cars, live in their 10,000 square foot mansions and $1 million beach condos, fly around on private jets. And the guys that own the software, traffic, and everything that you need to make money online get to fully fund their retirement accounts 30 years too early, go on endless vacations, and kick back and watch the money pile up. And what do you get? What do you get for all those hours you slave away at your dead-end day job that doesn't pay enough and chained to a life of mediocrity? And what do you get for all your time, trouble, and hard work? A family you wish you could do more for, who has probably already let go of the dream of a better life and future. And you get a house that needs work, with a mortgage that you can barely pay, and a car you're embarrassed of sitting in the driveway. You get a boss who couldn't care less if you miss your kid's sports game and makes you work on Saturdays. And to top it off, while all these so-called gurus get every single thing their slimy, greedy little hearts desire, bragging on video from their fancy California mansions, driving their supercars, and rubbing it in your face, what do you get for all your frustration? And for all your troubles? You get to pay for it all. Every last thing. Their $100,000 sports cars, their mansions, their private jets, exotic vacations, their kids' private school tuition, and their retirement funds. You paid for all of it. And you've been paying for it since the day that you had that crazy idea, that ridiculous idea that no one else ever believed in except you. The idea that little old you could make money on the big bad internet. And to think that you work so hard for the little money that you do make, so you can hand it over to them to fund their extravagant over-the-top lifestyles. Lifestyles you'll never get to live. Lifestyles that you don't think you deserve to live. And how's all this make you feel, knowing that you never had a chance? And what can you do about it? Well, you could always refund every single product or service that you got sucked into buying, and you can try to get your money back. Good luck with that. Or you could unsubscribe to every Facebook group and email list that you're on so that you're never tempted by the lies again. Or you can just give up and quit. But before you do, you need to know something. Something I didn't tell you. All this, the scams, the lies, the bull, it's a good thing. Scratch that. It's a great thing. Because the greatest opportunities often come disguised as the greatest problems. So you somehow landing on this hidden video just might be your greatest opportunity. Because you're closer than you've ever imagined to finally making real money online. In fact, right now, as you watch this, you've already got everything that you need to earn money as soon as tonight. Just by opening your eyes to what's really going on. Take a deep breath. Doing what I tell you to do in the next few minutes, you could siphon off enough cash you and your family will ever need, and a whole lot more, in a market that's 100 times bigger than the internet. A market over 5 billion people are connected to. A market that the gurus and scammers can't even touch. And it has nothing to do with Facebook advertising, Kindle ebooks, t-shirt sales, network marketing, auctions, creating websites or products, learning code, email marketing, or spending any money up front. And in just a second, I'm going to do something that no guru or scammer can ever dream of doing, can never replicate, or use against us ever again. I'm going to demonstrate for you a brand new, never before seen underground technology that can turn every mobile phone, laptop, and iPad in the world into your very own mobile moneymaker that forces cash directly into your bank account 24 hours a day so you can see just how easy you can make money online. And then I'm going to flat out give it to you. I'm going to give you the software that cost me my life savings of $86,342 to develop. A software that almost cost me my health and almost ruined my life. A software that could finally be the key to the freedom that you've been searching for all along if you just open your eyes and use it. Let me just show you the amazing results that this simple, automated system has helped produce for me and my family. Now here's just one of my accounts. And this one only generates about $500 to $1,835 per day. And here's another one. Now this one's pretty new, so it only generates about $900 to $2,135 per day. Now here's one of my older accounts, and this one generates anywhere from $1,560 to $3,800 per day. And here's my oldest and most active account. Now this one produces anywhere between $8,800 a day to $22,935 per day. And like I said, I'm not even going to sell it to you. In fact, you can't even buy it, even if you wanted to. But since you're here as an invited guest, I want to flat out give it to you. But first, I need to open your eyes to the truth that's been holding you back for so long, and tell you the story about how I discovered the dirty secret of what really goes on online, how it almost cost me everything, and how giving you this software and helping you finally get rich is my payback, my driving goal, and my revenge, because they screwed me too. My name is John Jackson, and I know you've never heard of me before, and that's for a good reason. Until now, I didn't want anyone to know that I even existed, let alone the fact that I'm already using it to pocket an extra $1 million this year, all from the help of the software that I'm about to give you. Because look, I'm no internet marketing guru. I don't need to drive a $100,000 sports car, or live in a 10,000 square foot mansion, or make or sell products. I don't need to do big product launches and have all my buddies promote me, all while bragging about all the great stuff that I've got. Why? Because that's just not me, and never will be. I'm just an average guy from Chicago who lives in a modest home with a modest lifestyle and drives a modest car. And to think just 18 months ago, I had a negative bank balance of $32, a dead-end job that was taking me nowhere, and an ex-girlfriend who just ripped my heart out. That's when I finally hit rock bottom. But I knew two things. One, I was broke as hell. And two, one day I wouldn't be. because I had a crazy idea that just might work, that would soon lead me to trying to figure out how to make money online, and causing me to make the biggest mistake of my life and turning everything upside down. Little did I know, that day came sooner than I ever thought possible, because right now I'm sitting here recording this video for you. And if logged into my bank accounts, this is what you'd see. But it always wasn't like this. 18 months ago, I was just like you. Hell, I was you. Broke, desperate, and on the verge of bankruptcy, buying product after product, reading email after email, and scouring form after form for anything that could help me. I subscribed to countless email lists. You know, it's easy to take advantage of those who are desperate and in need. And at that point, I was desperate. So I bought just about every how to make money online product I could find. Because I needed to win so bad. I needed something, anything, to put me out of this vicious circle. And that something finally happened the day I ran into my old college roommate, Mike. You know, those tech guys who start online companies you always hear about on the news, getting bought out for billions of dollars for practically doing nothing. You know, like the guys who made Instagram, Tumblr, WhatsApp, MySpace, and even Facebook. Something like 72% of newly minted tech millionaires came from startups. Mike was one of those guys. A super high IQ, smart as hell, an appetite for risk, and ambition to take over the world with a heart of gold. He was the type who wasn't afraid of a challenge. Now, Mike was in town for business, so we hung out for the next couple of months, and he showed me the ropes of what he learned in the tech startup world. He showed me how to come up with new ideas, and then how to take those ideas and make them reality, test them and blow them up, and in turn, sell them for millions. I've always secretly dreamed of having a track record of success just like Mike. Who hasn't? So I soaked up every drop of wisdom that he was willing to share. I took notebooks full of notes, and even though I was already working 70 hours a week as a freelance computer programmer, I was slowly becoming addicted to the things that he was showing me. Things that I'd never seen or heard of before. Things that I didn't even know were possible. Where all you needed was one win. Just one. And you'd be set for life. So one day when we were hanging out, the weekend before he had to leave back to the West Coast, he let me in on something that would change my life forever. A secret that he had been holding back all along. The secret that made Mike a certified startup millionaire. That allowed him to drive a brand new $250,000 Ferrari, live in a 45th floor penthouse in the city, own a cozy cabin retreat in the mountains, an oceanfront beach house, and even though he was just 31, with more money than he could spend in 3 lifetimes, he still wanted to give back to the less fortunate. He still wanted to have a legacy of his own. I guess he still wanted a way to change the world. And his way of changing the world was to help others get to where he was in life. Now, the secret that he shared with me that day, they'll shock you to the core. Because this was the secret behind every guru's business. The secret behind every billion-dollar .com startup. Behind Instagram selling for $1 billion. YouTube selling for $1.65 billion. The secret behind WhatsApp selling for $19 billion. Behind MySpace selling for $580 million. And making Facebook worth $160 billion. The secret behind every company's whose products and services you use every single day, even right now. The secret was how to get anyone, anywhere, to any website and have them spend money on anything you wanted. He told me how some of the tech startups worth hundreds of millions that he was working with already had figured it out and were using it to secretly make millions of dollars without anyone suspecting a thing. And that's when I realized that this was my only way out of my dead-end job. My dead-end life. My only shot of making something of myself while I still had a chance. It was now or never. I quit my freelance career as a programmer. And as soon as I walked out, one thing was pretty clear. I was alone. Because no one believed in me. Not my parents, not my friends. Everyone thought I was crazy or I wouldn't make it. But I was determined to prove them all wrong. So I put everything on hold and started my tech company. But starting a company is a lot harder than you think, because running a tech company requires money. So, to fund it all, I did the only thing I could. I sold my house, my car, took out the little savings that I had, and somehow scraped together $86,342. I got a small studio office near downtown and ran to Home Depot and made some makeshift desks out of doors. Then, I hired one full-time designer and one full-time programmer, Jack and Noah. And during the past 18 months, together, we started 27 projects. 27. Can you believe that? And guess what? They all failed miserably. Every single one of them. The first thing that we tried was creating software that would find cheap products and then sell them for a higher price on Facebook. Now, we saw some success, and we were pretty excited about it, thinking that it was going to be everything that we always wanted. We were going to be famous, and we were already counting our millions, and retirement didn't seem too far off. I mean, after all, we were able to get a ton of people to our website using Facebook, and some were actually spending money. But what happened next blew my mind. Just when things were getting good, just when we started to see the cash trickle into our bank accounts, Facebook banned us. That's right, banned us. All because we didn't own the products that we were selling, because it was against their terms and conditions, which is and from that point on, we were the unluckiest people ever. Everything that we touched turned to failure after failure. In fact, our next 26 projects we tried, each failed worse than the other. We tried making money with Google, Yahoo, Twitter, YouTube, email marketing, blogging, CPA, network marketing, Kindle, Amazon, binary, and nothing worked. I couldn't figure out what these gurus were doing, and we were about to close up shop and call it quits after failing 27 times in a row. Noah was on the verge of a divorce. I sold the rest of my possessions to keep the lights on, and even spent the last 3 months sleeping on the office couch and working in internet cafes because we couldn't afford to cover the internet bill. Until one day, hunched over our laptops at the coffee shop on Thomas Street, tirelessly beating the keys on the keyboard, churning out line after line of code, trying to build something to pull us out and trying to catch our lucky break, working overtime fueled by so much caffeine that it would put down an elephant. It was about 9 o'clock on a Saturday night in March, and I walked up to the counter to get yet another cup of coffee. With bags under my eyes, I looked around. I saw Jack and Noah working, spread out in the corner of our coffee shop, with a pile of empty cups spread all around them. And then at that moment, I felt as if like time froze as I came to a shocking realization. A realization that would change the course of everything that we've done up to this point. A realization that Mike had it all wrong, and that the gurus were lying to us since day one. You see, up to this point, we were trying to make money, creating product after product that were designed for the regular internet, where the money was long gone. And as I sat there looking around the cafe that night, when we were on the brink of total and complete failure, I noticed that we were the only ones that were using computers. Out of 30 or so people there were only 3 laptops. Mine, Jack's, and Noah's. That's it. And that's when my world came crashing down, and I experienced the biggest panic attack in my life. My heart started beating faster and faster as I felt anxiety running throughout my body, and I instantly had that sinking feeling in my stomach. You know the one. And I asked myself, could I ever recover from this? Because all along, we were trying to build an online business that focused on computers and laptops, while everyone else was using their phones and tablets for everything else. And that's when the lights went off. We were working on the wrong thing all along. And oh yeah, it gets worse. Because even though just about everyone was addicted to their mobile devices, these tiny handheld devices that cost $1 billion to develop, and were in just about every person's pocket or purse in the world, what was everybody spending most of their time and money on? It wasn't checking Facebook or chatting, sending pictures, writing emails, finding recipes, or even work. Can you guess what it was? Here's a hint. Last year, it was responsible for, are you ready for this? $13.2 billion in sales. Yes, you heard me right. $13.2 billion in sales. And this month, it's already generated $1.1 billion. And as a matter of fact, it's an underground industry that most people don't even know exists. But the few that do are quietly making money like this. $1,400 per day, $1,835.50 per day, $2,135 per day, $8,800 per day, and even up to $22,935 per day. And we're not talking about corporate fat cats and billion-dollar companies. We're talking about little guys like you and me. Because those accounts that you just saw, the accounts that showed up to $259,784.21 a month, $70,000 in a week, $2,000 in a day, those were all mine. And you know what? Since you started watching this video about 20 minutes ago or so, I'm guessing that a little over $1,527,777 has already exchanged hands in this hidden industry, and I collected my fair share. And guess what? Since you're just hearing about this, chances are you didn't, but you will, because in the next 30 minutes, you might, but only if you pay attention to what I'm about to tell you next. So as I headed back to our corner with a look of shock on my face, and I remember saying to Jack and Noah, I think I have a solution to all this. Would it be crazy if we took these 27 ideas that we had that failed and applied to mobile? What would happen? Do you guys think it would work? And they both looked at each other, and I could tell that they were skeptical. But the idea was so crazy that it just might work. And after all, we didn't have anything to lose, since we were down to our last $72 in the company bank account. Now, little did we know, what we were about to build would cause one of the biggest uproars in the tech industry since the dot-com crash in 2001, and take a virtually unknown, nearly bankrupt team of 3 overworked dreamers and cement them into underground tech legends. It would go down in history as the most powerful concept you never heard of, that we used to generate millions, all by tapping into over 5 billion mobile devices all around the world. Now, what was the idea? I'll demonstrate it for you in just a second. But first, let me tell you about how this one simple idea changed everything. So, back to the story. So in the next 24 hours, Jack, Noah, and I worked tirelessly around the clock to take the best ideas out of the 27 failed projects. We put them together into one working prototype, and then somehow make it work on all mobile devices. Now, this was no easy feat, and early on, we ran into some extreme problems, and I was beginning to think that we were going to wind up with failure number 28. And then after 3 days of working tirelessly, one stupid single mistake in the code caused the whole project to collapse and render it completely useless. That was it. We were done. Jack and Noah, they walked out. I don't blame them. The guys were overworked and underpaid, and looked beyond exhausted, with their personal lives falling apart. They couldn't take the pressure any longer, and I couldn't take it either. But I had no choice. My entire life was invested into this single moment, and I was left alone to see it through. So, over the next 19 hours, fueled by massive quantities of caffeine and leftover pizza, and my last shred of determination and dignity, I coded. I coded like I'd never coded before in my life. It was crazy. It's like something took over me, and it was like something took control of my fingers. Line after line of code poured out of me, from my fingers to the keyboard, through the screen and into my phone and onto the vast space of the mobile internet. I'll never forget it. Thursday morning at 1:15 a.m., while the rest of the world was quietly sleeping, I sat there fighting for not only my life and my future, but for the future of my team and everyone else who stood to benefit from our creation. It was my last ounce of energy. I connected my computer to my phone, and then I hit the go button, and then crashed out on my office couch for the next 15 hours. I slept like a baby, better than I had in years, because if it didn't work, I knew that I gave it all that I had, everything, and I knew that I gave it my best shot. And when I opened my eyes, Jack and Noah were huddled over my laptop, laughing hysterically. I heard Noah's raspy voice. "Holy shit, I can't believe you did it! It's actually working!" Jack chimed in with, "This is going to change everything." I glanced at the clock and noticed that 15 hours had flown by. And in those 15 hours, we had generated 48,482 visitors. We had made more money than we had in the past 15 months combined. We made $14,842.84, doing nothing. That's right, nothing. But here's the crazy part. The software wasn't even finished. I still had 2 more parts to code. Now, you'll see those in a second. But before that, I never did tell you what all this is about. What were all those people doing on their phones at the Thomas Street Cafe? What was this underground industry that most people don't even know exists? What was it that generated $13.2 billion last year? Pulled in $1,100,000,000 this month alone, and generated over $1,527,777 since you started watching this video. What was it that allowed us to make more money in 15 hours than we had in the last 15 months? It's something that by the end of this video, you're going to have in your possession. And within 48 hours from now, you'll start using to finally make money online. That something is the power of mobile games. But not the kind that you've seen before. Not the kind where you have to hire top-end programmers and designer teams to create mobile games that cost tens of thousands of dollars. In fact, you don't have to create the games at all. No, this is something completely different. Something new. Something that does not require you to have any experience at all in mobile games. In fact, if you can use a phone, you can make money from this. And even though you'll be able to make money with this, it doesn't mean that you should, because not everyone's going to get access. And even though there's more than enough money to go around, after all, mobile games are played by over 966 million people all over the world. Mobile games account for over $1 billion a month. And while the market is large and the money is big, what I'm about to show you is extremely limited. Not because there isn't enough opportunity for you to make money with this, but because we built this only to be used exclusively by us. This was never developed to be used by thousands of people. And since it's hosted on a specially built web server designed to run the software, it can only be used by a limited number of people at any given time. That means that we have very limited capacity, which is why I'm surprised that you even found yourself here, since the video can't be found on Google or Yahoo, Facebook, Bing, YouTube, or Twitter. And you won't find it on any other search engine or social network or mobile app out there either. Why? Because this page was only set up for a small group of select individuals to demonstrate the power of this brand new, never before seen proprietary technology. To show them what we've been secretly working on all along. To show them it wasn't all for nothing. And to finally prove to all the naysayers that if you're the type of person who is not afraid to take a leap of faith and pursue your dreams, that you can do anything. And because we're launching it to the public in the next 12 months when it's ready for prime time. But for right now, the proprietary technology is so powerful, it would be too risky to release to the public. Because in the wrong hands, it could actually be quite dangerous. So if you weren't personally invited to this page by either me, Jack, or Noah, then chances are the video's already been leaked 11 months early and will have to be deleted. So please stop watching this video and leave right now. But if you were invited here, then listen closely. What I'm about to share with you could change your life for the better. Now, I know that you've been trying to make money online for months or years, yet nothing has worked out for you. So let me ask you a quick question. What if there was a way you could finally win for once? What if a way existed for you to do what we've done without experiencing any of our failures, without needing our experience or skills, to be able to create multiple streams of income that tap into over 5 billion mobile devices at once? And what if it paid you over and over again, month after month, year after year, for years to come? Something that did everything for you, taking all the guesswork and failure out of the picture, leaving you to do one thing and one thing only: collect cash by way of this powerful proprietary software that creates a special type of mobile website for you in under 2 minutes. And not just any website. A website specially designed to extract money from all mobile games on complete autopilot. So let's say if just one of these type of special websites made you $10 per day. Now that wouldn't seem like much, right? But what if you had the power to build hundreds, even thousands of these $10 a day websites in less time than it took for you to make a pot of coffee? How many would you create? Now listen, these aren't normal websites. They're built to do two things and two things only. One, to work on every single mobile device in the world. And two, to extract as much money as possible from each one of those mobile devices. We call them mobile money makers. And in just a second, I'm going to build one live for you that you can keep for free right here, right now, with the software that you were never meant to see. The software that you can't buy even if you wanted to. And along with this special type of website that I'm going to build you, you're going to have a chance to get this incredible software for free. So, without further ado, let me demonstrate the software that has made us millions of dollars. Here it is. What you're looking at is the mobile game money technology. And this is the same technology that allowed us to generate millions of dollars. Allowed us to pull in $259,784.21 in just 24 hours, consistently have $2,000 to $4,000 days, $50,000 to $70,000 weeks, and right here, right now, the screen that you're looking at is where it all begins. This is the Mobile Game Money Command Center. And this is where you're going to build your mobile game money empire. And all it takes is just 6 easy steps. Now, the first thing that you're going to want to do is name your mobile game money website. The key here is to pick a very popular category of games. So let's go with Best Mobile Adventure Games. Now, if you don't know what name to use, don't worry, because I'll give you the top names to use for the site once you get inside. The names that will force Google, Yahoo, and Bing to flood your mobile moneymaker with free traffic. Traffic that'll turn into cold hard cash once you get your game going. And next, you'll want to enter a password so you can log into your site later. And then you'll want to tell the world what your website's all about by writing a short description here. Now, this will help people from all over the world find your site and play your games. So, let's say, this is the best mobile adventure game site in the world, and it's pretty amazing. Now just click on the button to continue to the next step. Now, in step 2, let's select how many games you'll want on your site. Now, we loaded the mobile game money technology to have up to 100 games, so you can choose anywhere between 10 and 100 games. So let's go with 100, because the more games you have, the more time people will play them, and the more money you'll make. Now see how easy that was? Okay, now it's time to make your site look good. And that's why we give you 10 premium templates here, so you don't have to worry about knowing how to code, design, or even put together websites. The software does it all for you at the click of a button. So let's just pick one. That is what your mobile game money site is going to look like. Just click the continue button to go on to the next step. And here, it's time to configure your mobile game money site to make money. And you don't even have to know how to make money online. All you have to do is just let the software create these money-making ads for you. So let's put some ads on your website that will make you money. Now, every time someone clicks on one of these ads, you'll get paid. Just click the green Install Ad button. The software will automatically install and configure the best ads for you. And once you're done, just click the button below to continue. And finally, it's time to let the world know about your mobile game money sites. And the way we do this is the mobile game money site software will automatically submit your mobile site and all of the games to all the search engines and social networks. So click on Facebook, Twitter, Google, AOL, Bing, and Yahoo. And that's it. Your mobile game money site is now submitted to all of the top search engines and social networks. That means anyone, anywhere can use either their computer or mobile device to find your mobile game money sites. And that's it. And finally, click the button and wait a few seconds while the software uploads everything for you. And you're done. All in less than 2 minutes total. Your mobile game money site is now live. And here on the final screen, it shows that your website is live. Its potential visitors, its potential earnings, and also tells you how many games you've added, how many ads you've created, and shows if your mobile game money site was submitted to the search engines, social networks, and mobile network. And that's it. So, what do you have to do next? Nothing. Take a break. Go out. Take your dog for a walk or watch some TV. Then, when you're done with that, just imagine how you're going to feel when you come back to your computer and see money in your account for once. Money like this. To be able to go out to dinner with your wife more than a few times a month and not worry about it. To be able to go on vacation. To pay all your bills on time. To finally, for the first time, know that you never, ever have to worry about money ever again. No more scraping money together to pay the mortgage. And no more trying to stretch your check to cover the bills. No more juggling credit cards. No more stress. And no more people thinking that you're a failure. To finally uncover the secret that's been holding you back all this time. And to prove to yourself and everyone else that you are truly capable of making the kind of money that you deserve. And how's all that possible? Actually, it's easy. Because the software that you just witnessed does it all for you. It takes away you having to have any marketing skills, how to create any website, having to learn programming, graphic design, or learn anything at all. And you don't even need an office. All you need is this software. 5 minutes a day, and you could be doing it right from your home, sitting at the kitchen table every morning. And then take the rest of the day off and do exactly what you want to do. You can spend as much time as you want with your kids, spend time traveling, drive a brand new car. Finally, enjoy your life for once, like it was meant to be enjoyed. Now, before you start counting all that cold hard cash that's going to pour into your bank account, I need to tell you something, and you're not going to like it. In fact, you just might hate me for it. But before I can give you access to this incredible software that you've just seen in action, there's something that you need to know. You see, when we created Mobile Game Money, we didn't create it for you. We created it for us. Not because we wanted it, but because we desperately needed it. Our very own survival depended on it. And that's why we built it to be used by no more than a small handful of people at any given time. Now, this means that we can only give out a few free licenses. And then we'll have to close the doors and take the video down. But since you're still watching this video, then there still might be a chance for you to get in. And you just might be one of the lucky ones. And if you are, once you get inside the Mobile Game Money system, you'll have access to a technology that is so powerful that once released to the public within the next 11 months or so, it will forever change how money is made online. And the rest of the world will have a chance to get access to this, and a chance to make money like this. So before you download your copy, let me ask you a question. If you just made 1/10 of a penny from 966 million people playing mobile games on their phones, how much would that be worth? With over 966 million phones playing mobile games. Just being able to get 1/10 of 1% from every mobile phone in the world would give you over $9,660,000. Now, what if you could only make 1/10 of that? Or even 1/100th of that for all that matters? What if you made just 1 measly cent from 100,000 cell phone users playing your mobile game each and every day? That would be $1,000 a day. That would be $30,000 a month, just by making 1 measly cent per cell phone user playing your mobile games. Could you find a way to use an extra $30,000 right now? Would an entire month's income, literally at the push of a few buttons, have a positive impact in your life? Because if you can't begin to make money today with the help of this automated software, then there's probably something wrong with you. The possibilities are endless, because there's literally nobody else out there who's figured this out. Now, honestly, giving away the software could backfire on me. It's so powerful that it could wind up being like giving a baby a gun. That's why, in order to protect your income streams and give you a massive unfair advantage for the next 11 months, while limiting the chances of the wrong person getting a hold of this, I'm strictly limiting who gets the opportunity to crush it and pull in massive paydays with this breakthrough technology. No exceptions, no BS. I'm strictly limiting access to mobile game money software to a small group of select individuals savvy enough and smart enough to recognize a sure thing when they see it. But this is an extremely limited opportunity for those who take action immediately while the video is still up. Now that's the good news. The bad news is, please do not download mobile game money unless you can promise me 2 things. Number 1, you have to promise that you'll use it. Seriously, you just witnessed firsthand what mobile game money can do. It works. And I didn't invite you here to waste my time on tire kickers who are just going to sit on the opportunity. So if you are just some tire kicker who would rather bitch and complain about being poor than actually doing something about this, then this isn't for you. And I'd like you to just leave this page and never come back. Because I know that for every tire kicker, there's about 50 action takers behind him who are chomping at the bit and salivating over the mountain of profits that can be made when they put mobile game money into action. So if you're the type of person who can't even flip the switch on some software to make a ton of money, then you're not the kind of person I want to work with. Sorry. And number 2, you have to promise me that you won't use this software for unethical purposes. Yes, it's that dangerous and it's that powerful. Okay, now that we've gotten all that out of the way, let's get down to brass tacks. Honestly, with the amount of cash that you're being set up to make using mobile game money, it would be a steal for me to offer you this software at thousands of dollars. But you know what? I don't want you to pay for this software at all. I want to flat out give it to you for free. Okay, I know it sounds crazy. I had to fail 27 times and spend over $86,000 to get the mobile game money software developed. And if I was some kind of scummy guru, I'd package the software up with a bunch of useless info product training and do a big hype launch and charge you $1,997 for it. And I know full well that I could sell out every copy in a heartbeat at $1,997 and still have thousands of people pounding on my door and begging me for it. But you know what? This was never about money for me. It's about getting back at the gurus for ripping me off when I was at my lowest point. Listen, I'm set. I don't need to worry about money ever again. So it doesn't matter to me one iota what you pay to get in on this today. But it does matter to me that you get out of the guru scammer trap, get the money that you've wanted for so long, and finally get the freedom that you deserve. So, the mobile game money software won't cost you $1,997. It won't cost you $797. It won't cost you $97. It won't cost you a dime. Now, all I ask is that you pitch in $49 to help me recoup the cost of the specially built web server that's designed to run the software and the professional training video that I had to get created. But I'm only guaranteeing this deal to a very small savvy group of people who hit the download now button below. After that, it's gone. And so is your opportunity to finally be in the know on something as cutting edge as this breakthrough technology. In fact, don't be surprised and don't complain to me if you leave the page right now, come back later and just see this. After all the spots are filled. That's it. I'm shutting the page down. This is your last chance. Your last chance to get in on the world of mobile gaming. Last chance to take the rocket train to Easy Street. Your last chance to access the ability to start making serious money online. These are the people who are going to win the game and be armed to the teeth with a never-before-seen piece of technology that will end their money problems for good. Oh, and just to make this really, really easy for you, here's why you 100% cannot lose. Risk-free, bulletproof, 60-day, 100% money-back guarantee. Now here's the deal. I don't need your money. The only reason why I'm giving you the chance to grab this software is because I actually enjoy helping people and because I want to see others succeed. I'm charging you $49 today to keep this specially designed web server running and giving you the software and training for free to motivate you to actually get off your butt, to escape that dead-end job and finally change your life and get the money and the lifestyle that you've been dreaming of. So here's all you need to do. Just say maybe to Mobile Game Money. Go access the Mobile Game Money software. Watch the videos that I put together for you showing you exactly how to use it. Set it up and then watch in amazement, just like I did, as a flood of traffic and sales start rushing towards your door. Grab your piece of the $13.2 billion mobile game pie. I'll tell you what, I'm not even going to deposit your money. Instead, I'll leave it in the account so that you can make as much money as you want with the software for 2 full months. And then, for any reason whatsoever you decide that it isn't for you, just let me know, and I'll give you your tiny $49 back. Now that's a deal. There's no fine print, no BS, no wiggle room. Just let me know anytime in the next 8 weeks, and you'll get your money back. You'll lose your software license, and I'll have to open the spot up to somebody else. Okay, now that we got that business out of the way, I want you to stop and think about something else for a second. You've already seen how powerful this software is, and how it effortlessly creates multiple streams of income flowing into your bank account on absolute autopilot. But this is really about freedom. It's about doing the things that you were never able to do before. It's about going places that you've never been, but have always wanted to, and being able to live a life that you never even dreamed was possible. It's about you. How would it feel to watch your bank balance go up every single day? Now, I'm serious. How would it feel? How would it feel to wake up every morning, log on to your bank account, and see 6 figures just sitting there? How would it feel to have so much money in your bank account and so much more coming in that you literally don't know what to do with it? How would it feel to stop having a heart attack every time the price of gas goes up? Or to walk into a car dealership and pay cash for the car that you've always dreamed of? How would it feel to just decide to take a vacation anywhere in the world, spring for first-class tickets just because, and not even bother packing, because you know you can just buy whatever you need when you get there? How would it feel to never have to worry about money again? To stop worrying? To stop being a victim? To stop arguing about money all the time with your wife? How would it feel to finally be able to relax and live your life instead of just fighting and clawing and complaining your way through your existence? And how would it feel to get all of that just because you made one little choice that changed everything? Flat out, no more excuses. It's time for you to make the most important decision of your life. Now listen, I don't want to put a lot of pressure on you here, but it's do or die time. I'm taking the site down soon, and you need to make a choice right now, whether you're going to come along on this ride or sit on the sidelines and watch another opportunity pass you by. Because as I said, once we're full, we're full. A tiny group of action takers are going to take this software and run with it. Cash in on the billion-dollar mobile game industry, while everyone else is going to keep their eyes closed and their fingers in their ears and ignore the truth that's sitting right in front of them. So, you've got just 2 options. Option 1 is to leave this page. Forget everything that I told you and try to forget the truth that you just learned. Go back to doing what the gurus tell you to do and hope that you'll clear $20 a month for all your hard work. And ignore that sinking, nauseous feeling in your gut that's telling you that you're doing something wrong, that you're living in the past, that you're letting the gurus rip you off again and aren't even putting up a fight. That's your choice? That's your choice. Bye-bye. Or you could go with option 2. You could be one of the select group of folks who understand free money when you see it, who grab the mobile game money software for free just for grabbing the simple training videos, who get fat and happy and rich, and get to retire on their own beach in Mexico for as long as they want, while everybody else keeps suffering and scraping by. Do you want to be a winner, or do you want to keep being a sheep? Do you want to get rich, or do you want to just keep being abused by the gurus who just want to rip you off? Do you want to get out ahead of the pack and get the big money, or do you want to just pick up the crumbs when the big dogs are gone? Do you want to help pay for their mansions and sports cars and private jets and retirement funds? Or do you want to buy your dream home, drive your dream car, and retire years before anyone thinks it's possible? So to grab your mobile game money software and tap into the power of mobile game money, just click the button below before it's too late. That's it. John Jackson, signing off. I'll see you on the other side. Oh, and one more thing. When I was at my lowest point, a wise man told me that anyone could get rich if they truly, truly wanted to. Now, it took me a long time to find out he was right. I'm telling you, don't make the same mistake that I did. Now, if I'm wrong, you're out an email in a few minutes of time. But what if I'm right?